saw the thumbnail, so you know that this is going to be about the free P4 and hacking it. Do you have a free P4 and you're looking at improving it? Well, we're going to talk about that today. Welcome. This is Haku EDC, and this is Multi-Tool Monday. We're going to look at the free P4. Now, a little background here. For a long time, 15 plus years, I carried either, well, 20 plus years now, I've carried either Leatherman Wave or Surge. A few years ago, I got a free P4 and I carried that, and I fell in love with it. I just really like my free P4, and I'm going to tell you about it because we're going to improve on it. This is Haku EDC. Let's get this thing started. The free P4 is a really great multi-tool. It is one of the first multi-tools that you can use open and close one-handed. So that means that it is one of the tools that you can use while fishing. You can be fishing with one hand, you can take this out and then do what you need to do. If you're working a project where you need to hold something against a wall, but you want to take out your pliers, you can do that, and then you're ready to go. I just like that convenience of it. We're going to talk a little bit about this free P4 before we actually talk about the hacks. I'm going to just give people background if they haven't seen this or used this before. The tools that it has are a one-handed opening here. You can have your saw on this side, and then you have what I call the thumbnail pieces. There are 4 of them. Can opener, awl, ruler. I think that this ruler is pretty much useless, but it is there. And a file, which I actually like this file. It's not a great file, but it's a good file. On the other side, you have your serrated blade. And this serrated blade comes in handy, and I'll tell you why in just a second, beyond the normal sort of serrated blade things that people would want to have. Here's your knife, 420 HC knife. It's pretty standard with many Leatherman pieces. That's what's on them. And on this side here, you have your scissors. I enjoy these scissors. These scissors are smaller than what you would have on the Surge, but I really think that they actually work better than what you get on the Surge. I just think that they snap to better, they cut things better, they're a little bit more precise, and I just think, and because of that, they just react in my hands in a much more comfortable way than I think that the Surge ever did. These scissors are probably, in my estimation, the closest thing to Victorinox quality of scissors on any Leatherman, and that includes the ones that you would find on the Arc. So those are the scissors there. Then there's the little thumb things here. What you would have is you have your Phillips, you have your screwdriver scraper. This is a really nice scraper. This is a good Phillips here. And on the other end, you would have your 420 HC blade. This blade is really able to cut through pretty much anything that you have. Or you can use the serrated blade to do that. It comes with a pocket clip, opens up, as I said, it one-handed. You have your needle nose, your wrenching in this area here, and you have replaceable wire cutters, strippers. Now, supposedly you can do some crimping down in there. I have not gotten that to work in a way that I feel comfortable, but your mileage may vary. As I said, it's got a lot of items that you would find in a Surge or a Wave. In fact, technically this has 21 tools and the Surge has 20 tools. So technically this has more tools on it. What it doesn't have that you can get on the Wave or the Surge is these replaceable bits. So these bits come out. And that makes this a much stronger piece for people who want to use different size bits. There are a couple of ways that you can make this use different size bits. One of the ways that I like to use is to use the Phillips here. You can take out the Phillips and then you can purchase this little adapter. This adapter can fit on here. You can tell that right there. And on the other side is just a regular 1/4 inch bit. It stays on pretty good. Oops. It actually should stay on a little bit better than that. It stays on pretty good here. It's not magnetic on this end, but it is something that you can put, you can attach this to it, get it done, or you can use this with a 1/4 inch bit on it, and then you can screw things down if that's something that you need to do. Now, as I said, as you can tell, this is not as good or as clear as I would like it to be. And so what I looked for when I started looking around, I looked for some things that I maybe could create or make. And so I found this 3D printer one. And this 3D printer thing is much better. It allows you to use the scraper tool, or the what I call scraper tool, which is this one right here. And if you can just push that in here tighter, a little tighter, it'll hold in place. It won't come off, it'll hold in place. You can put a quarter inch piece in here, and this is just an adapter, so I can show you that you can socket here, and then that'll stay in place. If you wanted to use double-sided bits from Klein or Weha, you can put that in here. This is your Klein bits. And let me get a Weha bit here. You can put in a Weha bit, and you can do some really nice things with it. You can also put an extension on it. So far, I'm using it without a little magnet in, but if I were to put a 2x6mm magnet, I think that would make this better, especially over time. And let me get a Weha bit here. You can put in a Weha bit, and you can do some really nice things with it. You can also put an extension on it. So far, I'm using it without a little magnet in here, but if I were to put a 2x6mm magnet, I think that would make this better, especially over time. This is probably going to loosen up, and so the magnet would be very helpful. I've gotten to show you what you can do with 1/4 inch bits, but now what about looking at 4mm bits? So we can do that. If we go to the other side, we go to the awl. So I like to use the awl for this, and once again, and I use this particular piece here. And if you see here, that's a flat piece here. You can put it right here on the awl, very stick, and now you can get 4mm. This happens to be a double-sided one. Now that's in here, and now you have a 4mm. Or you can just use a regular one if you don't use a double-sided one. And once again, you can screw things with a 4mm. So now you have a way of using a 4mm and a 1/4 inch with sockets on your Leatherman. So you have caught up with, or pretty darn close to, anything that you can do with this surge, essentially. But here's another thing that you want to do. Kristen Van Patten is a great maker of accessories for surge the Leatherman Arc and Free P4. And one of my favorite things that he does is he created this pen so you can do so that you can write with it. It is a small pen. You can do a lot of writing with it. But how are you going to carry it with you? Well, there's this dead space behind the scissors. You can put it in there, right there, put down the scissors, and you can see it right here. See it right here, but you carry it with you. So when all you need to flip that up, and here it is. Oops. And just to be clear, it also has another pin, a PIN, that you can use for holding something down with. So those are that helped me make this a better implement. What are some of the things that you've done to make your Leathermans better for you? Just put that in the comment below. Please like, subscribe. I love to hear your comments. I read each of them. This is Haku, EDC, and I will see you in the future.